Okay, in this video I'm going to talk to you about how to get thousands of people to your website on social media. So many people put time and effort into social media and very rarely get a reward from it. Now, I'm not saying that, getting people to go to your websites meaning you're going to get sales. You've got to have a website that converts. But it's certainly part of that sales process. People might find you on LinkedIn or Facebook, have a little look at you, maybe go to your Facebook business page and starting to become impressed, click a link and go to your website. And then, they might then either phone you or do something to communicate with you. So that's really what we're looking at. So I want to start with the website first. Because, as I've said, there's no point driving 1,000 people to your website if your website doesn't convert. What do I mean by convert? I don't mean that people are going to go to your website and necessarily just click a button, put their credit card in and buy something. You might have an e-commerce site like that, but you might not. You might be a consultant or an advisor or somebody who offers a service that people are just going to make an inquiry on. That's probably the case with most people. So what I want to talk to you about is how to essentially improve the conversion rate of your website. And by conversion rate, what I mean is the number of people who make an inquiry as a result of visiting. Now, worldwide, in all industries, the average conversion rate is 1%. Okay, so if you get 100 people to your website, on average throughout the world, allegedly, are these statistics true? I don't know. That's what I've heard. It's 1% on average. So the first thing, I suppose, is to know what is yours. How many people do you need to go to your website in order to get an inquiry? There's a number one KPI as far as your website is concerned. And by the way, KPI means key performance indicator. Okay. So once you know what that is, then we've got to work out what you're going to do to improve it. So as far as social media is concerned, you're going to get people to come from social media to your website. So you've got to, I believe anyway, you've got to have something of interest for them to come to your website. So what could you have? You could have blog posts with articles, with information, with ideas. So you've basically got loads of really good content. If I ran the Steve Mills Landscape Gardening Company, and you'll be very clear in a moment, I know nothing about landscape gardening, but I might have a blog called which fertilizer is the best fertilizer, excuse me. Just need to get a quick drink. Do you like the new cup? It's called the 10X. I got that from Grant Cardone, who talks a lot about 10X, but I really like the idea of being able to 10X my business and my clients' businesses. But anyway, that's aside. So what I'm talking about here is, producing a video all about how to grow roses, how to grow daffodils, what type of climate, what type of plants like a shady area, what like direct sunlight, and so on and so forth. So I could produce this interesting information and then go on to social media, post it away to people who are interested, i.e. the people who follow me. Why would they follow me if I run the Steve Mills Landscape Gardening Company? Because they're interested in gardening at some level. So I'm providing useful information for them. That's the start. The second thing I can do is do what I'm doing here. Provide useful and interesting videos. That's even more powerful, I believe. And, you can do exactly what I'm doing. I'm sat here in my office in front of my computer. I've got a couple of lights here that I've spent, 15, 20 quid on just to make me look a little bit better. And I don't look too dark and shady, and that's it. Got a half decent background and I'm producing some, reasonable quality videos. But I believe with really good content. So that's why people watch them. So you could do that. Another thing you could do is get people to opt into something. get their name and their telephone number and their email address. We do this all the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away something in exchange for something. So on our website, we've got reports on something called pay-per-click advertising. We've got pay-per-click advertising report. We've got a report on, what's the other one? Trying to remember now. Geofencing. We've got one on geofencing, which you might want to go and download. We've also got one on effective headline words, and we've got one more, and I just can't remember what that is, but we've got about 4 different reports. So what I'm doing, once we've got these reports, we've got a page set up, it's got some words, it's perhaps got a video with me trying to sell the idea of downloading this report, and then on the right hand side there's a little box that says put in your name, put in your email address, put in your phone. Sure, some people put in bogus phones, they don't put in bogus emails, or they don't get the report. You click the button, then our system automatically sends them the report. It automatically then sends them an email 24 hours later saying, did you get the report? Did it download okay? Because, technology being technology, it doesn't always work. And then it automatically tells me to give that person a call. So I then phone up and go, oh, hi, Steve Mills here. You downloaded my report on geofencing. Was that of interest? What did you think to it? And they either say, well, yeah, it was really interesting and I need help with it, Steve, because I'm not sure I'm technically able to do it. Or they'll sometimes say, well, I've not actually read it. Okay, well, that's all right. Let me tell you what it's about, and I'll explain what geofencing is. So you get the idea. So this is like lead generation, not just posting stuff that doesn't ever get any results. So, that's how to do it on the front end, on the website. It's not the only ways, but it's some ways that you could attract people to your website. Then on social, you've got to tell them about it. You've got to get your message out there, not once a week, not once a month, but every day. It's like going to the gym. If you want to get fitter, if you want to lose weight, if you want to build muscle, you can't do, half a dozen curls and go, well, that's it, or go down the gym once a month. You might as well save your 50 quid and not bother going down the gym, because that's an expensive gym session, which is also, by the way, pretty much a waste of time because you're not doing it often enough. So let's get down the social media gym and start posting stuff. Now, when we do that, we want to nearly always, not always, we don't want to always do this, but 9 out of 10, we want to be telling them something, giving them some teaser copy, not explaining everything, not writing, War and Peace, but some teaser copy saying, if you want to know more, go here. If you want to find out about this, go here. If you want to learn about Steve's biggest mistakes that people make in something, then go here. And by the way, that idea of a list is pretty cool. I think that often works. So I might say things like, just written a blog post, or I've just produced a video. It's called the 7 biggest mistakes that people make in getting traffic to their website. Or I might do the 5 secrets of increasing leads via networking. Okay, so I've got subjects that, and all I've done is I've done a video, or I've done a blog post, or I've written a report that people can download. So I might do a report called the 5 biggest mistakes that people make in Facebook advertising, or the 4 keys to winning more business on LinkedIn. And I'm just driving traffic from social media into those pages so that people start to, as it says behind me, where is it? It's not there. It's all when you're facing the opposite way. It's that way, that one there. It says, so people start to buy from people who they know, like, and trust. Yeah, that's what I want. I want people to start the process. By now, if you've stuck with me by now, we're on 9 minutes 50 seconds. And by the way, most people say, you need to have a video that's only a minute because people won't stay longer. as you know now, that is BS because you're here at 10 minutes. But they'll only stay if the video is interesting, if it's valuable, if it's useful. So I'm assuming, and hopefully I'm right, that you believe this video is. So, take action with that. We get over 1,000 people to our website for free, via this particular strategy. For free, over 1,000. Let me say it again, over 1,000. You work that out on Google paid advertising at £2 a click. I'm not an accountant, but I can work that out as being £2,000. Perhaps you're on Facebook and you're paying 50p per click on Facebook, and that's £500. I'm an amazing accountant. I should have been an accountant. What do you think? So much for the GCE in maths. But anyway, so I hope that's been of value. I hope you found it interesting. What I also hope is that you'll maybe take the next step with me. And what I'd like to do is to offer you a free meeting with me. Now, I want to be really clear about this. This is not about me trying to sell you anything. It's not about me trying to pitch you on, and push you into and be hard selling and try and get you to buy what I provide. It's about me. I prefer this sales approach. It's about me trying to help you with your marketing by demonstrating my expertise, which, as I've said, it goes back 26 years. I've learned from the best marketers in the world. I've spent over, believe it or not, over £125,000 of my own money on my own education. And I've spent over 20,000 hours learning this stuff, learning from the world's leading marketing experts so that I can help people like you. So you don't have to learn all this stuff. You don't have to take 26 years and spend 126 grand or 25 grand learning this stuff. You can work with me. But I'm very happy to demonstrate my expertise. And then at the end of it, you can make a decision. You can say, yep, Steve, look, I need to work with you. What can you do for me? Or you can say, thank you, Steve. Really appreciate your time, but I've not got the budget and, can't afford this, or the time's not right for me, or whatever excuse you want. Or you can tell me what a waste of time that is, but hopefully you won't do that because it won't be a waste of time. So that's it. If you want to do that, and I really hope you do, by the way, this is assuming that you run your own small business. Now, it could be like a one-man band. I'm happy to help that. I help people go from being a one-man band, just starting off on their own, to get you to 100K in 12 months, 6 figures in 12 months. That's like a reasonable goal, I think. If you're already into the 6 figures, you may be employing a couple of people. You're on, you're turning over 250, 300, something like that. Let's help you get to that £1 million. Okay, let's help you get to that magical 7 figures. And if you're again into like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 million, I feel as though we ought to be trying to head to that 8 figures, to that 10 million. But obviously we can talk about what your goals are and not so much my goals for you. But what I'm here telling you is I'm not about like getting you a 2% increase. I want to get exponential increase. I want to really help you to do 2 things. 1, to get more leads, and 2, to become better at converting leads into sales. That's what I do. That's what I've spent 26 years doing. That's what I've spent all that money and all that time learning about. And bottom line is I can help you. But you've got to take the first step. First step is free, no risk, no hassle. Book a meeting. To do that, all you need to do is to go to Steve-Mills, that's MILLS, steve-mills.com. On the homepage, you'll see a gold button. Click on that gold button. It says book a meeting or something like that. And then you go to another page. There's another button and it says like book meeting now. So click on that. And that will give you access to my diary online. You'll be able to see when I'm available and when I'm not. You can then click on the time and the day that you want. When you've done that, that meeting will be scheduled. It'll be scheduled on Zoom. We have a Zoom meeting normally first. However, if you really want to come into the office, just drop me an email and let me know that you'd rather come into the office, and that'll be fine. My email address is steve@steve-mills.com. So that's it. Thank you ever so much for sticking with me. I know it's gone on a little bit longer, but I hope you appreciate the value that I've tried to bring in this video. So thanks very much for listening. Bye.